Hello again and welcome back here. Alright, now I think we are ready to add some materials, and for any reason if we want to add a new object and make some editing, we can do that later. So let's start with the wall material. I want to create a white material for the walls. And let's bring the reference image, and maybe we can start with this panel. Let's create a material for it. If you want, you can add a sphere and create a material for a sphere, and then you can apply it. For example, I can go to the mesh and add a UV sphere, and I think it's not quite important to increase the resolution. All right. And after that, right click, shade smooth, and scale it, make it small. And you can create a material for this, and then you can apply the material on any object you like. Not just that, if you go to a Blender kit, if you go to the material section, you will find a lot of free materials you can use here. Just import it and you can apply it on any geometry you like. Right, so let's create this material. I will grab this and I will hit slash to go to the local mode, and then hit Z and go to the material preview. And I will split this window to 2 so I can access the shader editor. Just hit right click and split, vertical split, and let's put this one, for example, right here. And I will switch the editor to shader editor. I will hit N to close this panel. After that, all what we need to do is just create a new material, hitting this button right here. But before we do that, I will go to this panel, hit N from the keyboard and active screencast. All right, and then I will hit new to create a new material. And now we got a new material. All right, in the base color, I will reduce the white value a little bit and make it a little bit gray, but not too much, something very subtle. And I want this material to have some texture. I will use noise texture, hover over here, and then hit Shift A to add, and let's search for noise. And let's put the noise texture right here. If you want to preview the noise on the object, hit Control Shift, click on it just to see the result. And now I can see here. All right, so this is the scale. I will make the scale big, something like that, maybe 200, and we can manipulate that later if we want. And maybe we can increase the details to maybe 5, and the roughness to point maybe 7, I guess. And now we got this. All right, now I will use this as a normal map. I will hit Shift A to add, and I will add bump. Just search for bump, and let's put the bump right here. Plug the normal to the normal, and then plug the factor to the height. And hold Control and hold right click and cut this wire. Hit Control Shift click on the principal just to see the result. And let's zoom in. Let's see what we got so far. All right, now we got this result. It looks nice, but the effect is strong. I can manipulate the distance. Let's add, for example, 0.001. Hit enter. And now we got subtle effect. And you can go beyond that. Let's add 0, another 0. And let's change the 1, for example, to 4 maybe. And now as you can see, the effect become very subtle. And for the roughness, it's important to increase the roughness a little bit. Now it's become rough. All right, now I can use this material. Hit slash to excite. I will give this material a name. Yes, go to this bar and hit click on the name of the material, and let's call this wall underscore maybe white, and then hit enter, and that's it. And now I want to apply the same material on this panel, so I will select this panel and go to this arrow right here, and let's search for wall, and it's right here. You can select it like that. And now let's see the material, how the material will be applied on the panel. Let's zoom in a little bit. You can see here we have some distortion, and we should fix that. All right, to fix this, just grab the noise texture and then hit Ctrl T. And when you do that, you will have texture coordinates with mapping. After that, plug the object to the vector like that, and that will help to rectify this problem and give you a better result. If you are not quite happy with the texture, you can reduce it, make it even subtle if you like. It's up to you. You can increase the roughness or reduce it, the details as well. It's up to you. All right, try to make the effects settle. Now we got something cool. You can increase the roughness a little bit and reduce the distance to maybe 2, not 3, or not 4. All right. This material now looks cool. I will hit slash to excite. And now let's see where can we apply this material. We can apply it on the roof, on the ceiling. Let's grab this and let's search for the white. Well, sorry. Hit enter. And now let's zoom in. Let's see what we got. All right, the material looks cool here. And what I'm going to do is I will select all the objects that's sharing this material. For example, this one, I can grab it, hold shift to grab this, and then hold shift and grab one of the objects with the material, for example, this one, the ceiling, and then hit Control L to link the material from this object to this one and to this one. All right, so hit Control L and choose link material. And now those two, now they are sharing the same material. The structure as well, I can give it the same material. Hold shift to grab the ceiling, Control L, link material. That's very cool. Right, let's see what else. Cool. All right, so yeah, this is how to create the wall material. Now let's see, maybe we can start with, I'm not so quite sure, maybe we can start with this material. I can grab this piece, for example, and I can go to the local mode and I can use Blender Kit to search for a suitable material for this one. I will go to the material section, this icon right here, and I will open the eye so I can see the materials, and let's search for wood. And then hit enter. And here we have a lot of images we can use here. All right, this one looks cool, but it's a little bit rough. All right, let's try to find something else. By the way, just keep in mind, it's not quite important to stick with the materials we have here in the reference image. You can go around that, and you can add the material that you think it will work. All right, maybe we can go back and use this one. Click and drag, and let's put it on this. All right, 26 megabyte. Let's wait for that. All right, and now we have the material applied here, as you can see. Let's take a look and let's see if this makes sense or not. If the material not giving us the result that we want, we can download another one. For example, this one, we can download it. And let's see this one as well. All right, maybe this one. All right, this one looks nice. All what we need here to do is just rotating this material. So let's make this bigger a little bit, and let's see how can we control that. All right, what we can do is we can use rotation, but I'm not so quite sure to the X or Y. We can try. All right, maybe Z. Yeah, Z. We can rotate this to the Z, just type 9 degree. And that will help to rotate this and make it vertical. In case you don't like the material, feel free to change this to whatever material you like, and you can manipulate it if you like. If you want to change the color and do whatever thing you like to do, you can do it here. In general, the material looks nice. Maybe we can find something else, or maybe we can find another color and manipulate it. You can do that, just keep that in mind. I paused the video and I keep browsing the materials here, and I found this one. It's called procedural wood. Maybe we can use it. This one, the procedural wood, it will be a little bit heavy, but you can control it and you can change the color and make some manipulation if you like. All right, so let's click and drag and let's put it on this and let's see the difference. Or maybe there's another scenario if you like to do. If you like to make a comparison, you can just take a copy here, click and drag and apply it here. All right, and as you can see, this is the result. And now if I go to the shader editor, as you can see, we have this node right here. It's node group, and let's manipulate the saturation a little bit and let's see if we can get something close to this panel. For example, I can manipulate the saturation and add maybe 0.7. All right, and the result looks so beautiful, actually. Very cool. I think we're going to use the procedural because here we have a lot of options. We can manipulate the contrast, bright, normal, and it's very, very beautiful. So I will use this material and I will apply it here as well. And let's delete this one. Let's slash to Excite. And now I can apply the same material on this panel. Grab this, hold shift grab this one, and this one as well. Hold shift grab the panel with the material. Control L and choose link material. As you can see, the material lines goes up vertically, and that's what we want. The result looks nice. It's stretched a little bit, but it's cool. We can accept it. For any reason, if you don't like this, you can unwrap this piece of panel. For example, I can show you how to unwrap it. You can tab to go to the edit mode, and then you can hit A to select everything. Here we have this option is called Smart UV Projection. You can use it for a quick unwrapping, or you can use a different scenario like going to the face selection mode and select all of these faces. All right, you can, let me show you how. You can go to this site, for example, and you can grab all of these faces like that, as you can see. And now I should add these as well, don't forget that. I guess from the top view we can achieve something like that. Just go to the wireframe and grab these faces like this, and then you can go to the side view, because I just want to deselect these faces, the upper faces I mean. Hold Control and deselect these faces right here, we don't need them, and those here as well, Control and deselect them. All right, and now we can unwrap this. So to unwrap this, I can split this window to 2 as well and go to the UV editor this time. And now we have the UV editor. With these faces selected, I will hover over here and select the UV here as well. Hit A to select them all. Don't forget that. Select whatever thing you selected here. When you go here, select it as well. Just hit A. And then hit U 2 times. And now it's unwrapped. You can now now you can open the menu and change the method to conformal. Angle base, it's good for the organic objects. Conformal, it's fit for object like panels, hard surface, etc. And now we got this perfectly unwrapped, and the result will be so nice. All right, now tab out and let's take a look. Go back to the material preview. And now you can see the material looks so beautiful. It's slash to excite. And now we got something cool. All right, now all what we need to do is just apply what we did on these as well. Grab them and go to the local mode. Tab to go to the edit mode, and you can do the same scenario from the top. Just select these faces like that. In the wireframe mode, hold shift to grab those as well. And let's deselect the top faces like that. We don't need to include them. And the bottom as well. And now we got these faces in the front ready to be unwrapped, as you can see. All right, now hover over here, hit A to select what you selected right here, and then hit U 2 times and choose conformal, and now it's done. Hit slash to excite, and now you can go to the material preview just to see the result. Tab out, hit Z, and go to the material preview. The result looks awesome. All right, let's bring the reference images again, and now let's see what's the next step. All right, let's take care of this panel right here. Let's go to the local mode and let's search for a new material for this one. You can use the procedural, or you can find another one here. All right, maybe this one, I like this. Click and drag and let's put it on this panel. All right, the result looks nice, but I think the color should be changed a little bit. Let's try to find another material. All right, what about this one? I think this one will work. Click and drag. All right, you can search for the word wood, or just browse these images until you find it. It's right here. All right, the result looks nice, but I think we should rotate it. In this case, we will go back to the shader editor. There's no need to unwrap this because the texture applied perfectly on the object without any problem. All what we need to do is just to grab the object, hover over here, hit the home button to bring the images here, and go to the Z rotation, I guess, and type 90°, and it will be rotated like that. And now the result looks nice. All right. In case you want to add another material in the cavities, you can go to the material and add another slot here. And you can give this slot a different material, or you can give it the same material and make some manipulation. For example, here I will search for the wood 3, wood 0. Yeah, it's right here. All right, where is it? Yeah, maybe this one, I guess. Yep. And I want to make this material unique for this slot, because whatever change you will do right here, it will affect this slot as well. So in this case, I will select this one and hit this button right here to make it single user and unique. And now I can change it. And for example, I can change the name to _wood_dark. And I will show you why I'm doing this. All right, now I will select this panel. You can go to solid. What I will do is I will select these panels like that, as you can see, and I will hit Control with I to invert the selection. And now I will choose the wood dark and apply it on these selected faces. Just to grab them like that and then choose assign. And now this material assigned on these selected faces. After that, I can go here to the material and add some notes. For example, I can search for curve. Just hit Shift A and hit search and type curve, RGB curve, and let's put this one right here. And now I can make this darker. Let's go to the material preview first, tab out, and now I can make this darker by grabbing this point and move this down. And now it's become darker. You can make it even darker like that if you want. All right, if you have a problem with the color, you can add hue and saturation. Let's search for hue. And let's put it right here as well. And I will reduce the saturation to 0.6 maybe. And you can manipulate the value if you want to make it even darker. And if you want, you can replace the RGB with the hue and saturation. That will work as well. Just keep that in mind. Hit slash to excite. And now we got very nice panel right here. All right, let's try to do the same thing for this panel. I grab this. Hit slash to excite. I just want to focus on this one. I will give it the same material that I added right here. Hold Shift to grab this, Control L, and choose Link Materials. And now it's linked. Select this, hit slash to grab it. And now what I will do is I will tab and then I will select these panels like that. Sorry. Just select them like that. And go to the material, to the UV editor, hit A to select all of these panels and hit hue 2 times to unwrap them. All right, now they are unwrapped, but here we got a problem here. Some of these panels will be rotated and we need to avoid that. So in this case, what I will do is I will select the face that needs to be rotated. For example, those right here. And let's see, maybe this one. And I think that's it. And now grab them here, hit R, hold Control, and rotate them 90° like this. And that will help to solve this problem. All right, now let's select these panels, all of them, again. And now I will hit Control I to invert the selection. and I will go to the wood dark and hit assign to assign it for the selected faces, and then now tab out. All right, now let's hit slash again. I just want to make a comparison between this panel and this panel. You can go to the local mode and see the texture size. For example, now I can hit Control I again to invert the selection again, because I think this material should be a little bit smaller. And as you can see, when I selected this panel right here, they are selected here as well. I will hit S to make the texture or the UV big as compared to the texture. And in this case, you can make the texture smaller. And now let's make a comparison and let's see. All right, the result makes sense, I guess. Very nice. And it's close as well. All right, in case you want to manipulate the saturation, actually you can do that. Just go to the wood 3 and let's add a hue and saturation here. Just search for hue and let's put it right here. And now I can reduce the saturation a little bit because it's a little bit orange. Let's add 0.7 maybe. And now I guess it's better. And it's close to what we have right here, I guess. A little bit, let's say. And yeah, I think that's it for this video. I will end it here and see you in the next one. Hello again and welcome back here. All right, now let's see what else we can do here. Maybe we can start with this panel. Here we have this small frame. It's made of a reflective material, for example, a gold material. So let's see how can we texture it. You can download a material. I think there are a lot of gold material here. It comes with a Blender kit. Let's hit slash to go to the local mode. I just want to focus on it. Hit Z and go to the material preview. And now let's search for, you can search for metal. And let's start browsing the metal material. All right. You can search for gold directly if you like, or maybe you can find another material, a good material. Let's search for gold. All right. That's very cool. All right, I think this material looks nice. I think I will use it. The reflection looks nice. So maybe this one as well looks beautiful. I can grab it. All right, let's start with this one. Just click and drag and put it right here. Looks beautiful. I like it. Hit slash to exit from the local mode. And now we can apply it on this frame as well. Select it and let's go to this arrow, go to this section, material section, and open this arrow and search for gold and then hit enter. And now it's applied the same material. All right, that's very cool. Now let's go to this side, select this frame, and let's do the same. Search for gold, enter. All right, and grab this one as well, and open this arrow and search for gold. Hit enter, and done. Very nice. Let's bring the reference image and let's see what else we can do. All right, I want to create a rough material for this piece here. I can use the wall material and make small changes, or you can open the filter here and you can see which one of these materials could be applied here. Maybe we can start with blaster and delete the gold keyword, hit enter. All right, maybe this material we can use here. All right, this material as well looks nice. If you go to the next page, I think we can find something cool as well here. For example, this one, I guess this one here looks nice. Maybe we can use it. All right, let's check the other pages. All right, this one, if we change the color a little bit, and this one, let's try this one. The Skull Blaster Wall by Steven, I guess. I will grab it and put it on this panel. All right, I can't see anything. All right, now it's, yeah, takes some time. All right, let's check the material. I think it's procedural material, but it is too rough, I guess. This material has a lot of details and that's not going to work actually. So let's try to pick another one. The effect here is too strong. And instead of manipulating the material and make it settle, I will change it. All right, let's try this one. Let's see how this will work. All right, I think this one looks nice. It's like a concrete, that's right, but it looks beautiful. If we put one right here and one on the other side, let's grab it and put it there. All right, looks very nice. I like it. And I guess we can grab another material for this middle area. So let's see which one of these can work here. But let's try to go to the next page. Maybe this one. Just click and drag and let's put it here. All right. As you can see, it's too heavy because it is procedural, I guess. I always try to avoid the procedural material because of the recording. But let's see if we can make some kinks here, or maybe we can replace it. As you can see, here we have a lot of noise textures. That's why it's a little bit heavy. All right, let's try to find another one. Maybe this one. Click and drag. Yeah, this one looks fast. Cool, I like it. And I will select this piece and go to the local mode because I think it's better to unwrap it because the texture, I think it's not applied perfectly on this. So I will select all the faces and here as well hit A and then hit U 2 times to unwrap it. And now let's tab out. All right, tab in again because I think we should scale it a little bit and make the UV big as compared with the image. All right, it's weird, but from a distance, I think it will work. Let's hit the home button. I just want to see what's going on here. All right, I think we can stick with this material. All right, now let's go to the next panel. I mean this one. Let's apply the same material that we applied there. So select this piece as a first piece to select, and then hold shift to grab that one, and then hit Control L and choose linked material. All right. And now the material is linked. I will grab this and go to the local mode, and all right, let's tap to go to the edit mode, and I will do the same thing I did recently. I mean, grabbing these faces like that, and then go to the front, for example, and deselect these faces, the upper faces, and the bottom as well, like that. Hold Control and deselect them. All right, and now let's go to the UV. Hit A, select whatever thing you select here. Hit A here again to select it, and then hit U 2 times. And now we got it. You can scale it just a tiny bit. Let's go to material preview. I just want to see the scale. All right, the scale looks nice, makes sense. I think we can accept it. Hit slash to excite. And yeah, that's it. All right, let's go to this frame. I guess we can apply the dark material, the dark wood. Go to the search bar and search for wood dark. We call it dark wood, or wood dark 004, I guess. All right, I'm not so quite sure if we need to unwrap this. Let's go to the local mode, select this small piece, and let's go to the local mode. All right, what we can do here, I can tap to go to the edit mode and then select this. By the way, let's go to the modifier first. Let's see what we got here. We have solidify, and because we have solidify, this area will be stretched. I will apply the solidify to avoid the stretch. Hit Control A and apply it, and accept this result. And keep the bevel, don't apply it. Grab this geometry, tap to go to the edit mode, hit A to select all the faces, and go to the UV and choose Smart UV Project. And you can leave the angle limit, leave everything as is, and then hit unwrap. And now it's unwrapped, as you can see here. All right, now grab this tab, hit A, select all of these pieces, and scale the UV, make it big as compare it with the image, just to make the wood texture looks make sense. Okay, scale this, make it big like that, maybe a little bit more, and now we got this result. Yep, very cool. The direction of the texture looks awesome. I don't have a problem with it. So yeah, we can accept this one. All right, now after that, you can go back to the Excite of the local mode, and we can add an image right here. In the reference image folder, I will leave these images here. For example, this one, I can use it. All right, I just want to show you something here. Select this plane in the middle, and then hit new to create a new material. And now we have the principled BSD FRD, and go to the folder, grab this image, click and drag, and let's put it right here. All right, and now plug the color to the base color, and now we should see something. All right, but we just need to make some changes. I will unwrap this plane, tab, selected, and here selected as well, and then hit U 2 times to unwrap it, and now it's unwrapped. And now what I want to do is I want to grab these vertices and move them to match the image. As you can see now, I can grab the vertices, and when I move the vertex, the UV here will be moved, and I will get a correct result. For example, I will grab these two vertices and I will hit key and move those down right here. And when I do that, this one will be affected. And now I will grab those and I will hit key and move this, for example, right here. For any reason, if one of the vertices doesn't match or it's not in the correct place, you can grab it alone like that and then hit key and move it and put it in the corner. Alright, and now I will grab those together, hit key and move this up. And now I can put this one in place, hit key and let's move it right here. You can hold shift to make the movement slower. Grab this one, key, hold shift and move this one down here. Maybe a little bit more. And now done. Perfect. It's up to you if you want this to be rough. I guess it's better to be rough, and I guess if you go to the specular and reduce the specular a little bit, I don't like this to be too much reflective. Something like that will work. And I will grab the frames here as well, and let's do the same scenario. I think the solidify is applied, and here we have array. I will grab the frame, tab, hit A, I guess. Alright, I think we should separate them. I will apply the array, tab, select these pieces in the middle, like that, and then hit P and then S to separate them. And now let's focus on the frame. Grab the frame, tab, hit A, select them all, go to the UV, choose Smart UV Projection, and choose Wrap. And now it's wrapped, and after that you can apply the dark wood material on it. Tab out and go to the material section, go to this arrow and search for dark, and this one wood dark 004, I guess. Alright, that's very cool. The scale of the texture is not make sense. What I will do is I will tab again, and here in the UV I will grab all of these pieces and scale them, make them big. The same scenario we did recently. Tab out, and now let's take a look. Alright, now it looks cool. I grab these four planes and tab again, hit A, select them all, and here as well hit A and hit U 2 times to unwrap them, and now they are ready. After that, tab out and let's create a material, new material for these planes. Grab them and hit new. And let's go back to the same folder, and I will put this image right here. Let's open it and see it. This one here. Click and drag, and let's put it right here and plug the color to the base color. And now we have something. After that, tab to go to the edit mode, and now all what we need to do is just put these vertices in the correct place. All right, see what we got right here. All right, let's start with this edge. Grab this one and let's move this up here, and you can switch to the vertex selection mode and hit G, and let's put this one, for example, right here. All right, I'm not so quite sure what I'm dealing with. Yeah, that's correct. So this is the first one. It should be here. That's correct. Let's grab this one and let's put this one here. Hit G and let's put this one right here. And we grab this, hit G and let's put it here. So the first one, we are finished with the first one. Let's jump to the second one. All right, let's grab these vertices and let's put this one here at the corner. And this one, hit G and let's put this one here. And let's put this one up here. And this one here. Alright, that's very cool. So this is the second one. Let's go to the third one, grab it. And let's grab these two vertices, G, and move those up here. Right, grab this one, hit G, and let's move this one over here. Grab those two and let's hit G and let's put this one here. And this vertex should be here. And the same scenario for the last one. All right. Right, grab this. That's very cool. And we are done here. Now you can tab out. It seems like one of the images is flipped, or maybe two, but that's something simple to fix. Let's start with this one. Grab it, hit A, select all the vertices right here, go to the UV and mirror to the Y, and now it's fixed. But yeah, that's perfect. Grab this one as well, go to the UV, go to the mirror, and choose mirror to the Y axis. What? Sorry, I didn't grab all the vertices. Again, mirror Y. And now we are done. Very cool. All right, this panel, the same scenario. Grab it, hold shift to grab this, Control L, and choose linked material. And grab this piece, go to the local, and let's tap to go to edit mode, and let's do the same thing. All right, what we will do is let's go to the top and let's maximize the viewport. Just hit Control Space, and let's grab these faces, go to the front or to the right, hold Control and deselect the upper faces here, hold Control again and deselect those over here, and maybe those here, I guess. All right, that's very important, because if you didn't do that, the UV, when you unwrap it, it will not work correctly. So just keep that in mind. All right, now after doing all of that, go to the UV, hit A, select all the faces we selected right here, and then hit U 2 times to unwrap them, scale them a little bit just to make the texture look smaller. And if you care about this area, you can grab it as well, and you can unwrap it. But I think that's not quite important. Let's go to the material preview. It's straight here, but it's not quite visible. You can ignore that. But this panel, maybe we can flip it, flip the direction of the wood, because as you can see, it goes to this direction, not to this direction. And you can tap and select this area and just rotate it here in the UV like that. Hold Control and rotate 90 degrees, and that will help. And you can accept something like that. It's very cool. All right, I just want to see if the texture exists or not. Let's bring the reference image, and I just want to see what we should add right here. I think we can add the same texture we added here on this panel. We can take it and use it up there. Grab this, go to this panel, hold shift to grab this one as well, hit Control L and choose link material. And now let's go back to this and let's take a look. Let's see what we got. The material is straight. Maybe we can apply the scale. If that will work, it's not going to work. Right, tab, or maybe we can go to the local mode. I just want to understand what's going on here. I think we can use the Smart UV projection. Just grab it and select, go to the UV and Smart and choose Unwrap. And now let's take a look. Hit A, select all the UV, and maybe we can scale it, make it small a little bit. All right, looks nice, I guess. That is very cool. Let's see what else we can do here. All right, here we have these frames as well. We can make them ready. So I will go to the modifier list and I will apply the solidify and tab, hit A, go to the UV Smart, hit Unwrap, grab the UV, scale it, make it big. Okay, and now I will grab this, hold shift to grab this frame, hit Control with L and choose link material. And now let's take a look. Very cool, very nice. The same thing here, grab this frame, and I don't have a solidify. That's cool. Tab, hit A, but we have this plane in the middle linked to the frame. I will hit P and then S to separate this out. Now grab this one alone, tab, hit A and choose UV, Smart UV project, and then hit Unwrap. Grab the UV, scale it just a tiny bit like that. Hold Shift to grab the frame with the material, Control L, and link the material to the next object. And the same thing here. Tab, grab this piece, hit P and then S to separate it, and grab the frame. Tab, hit A, UV, Smart, Unwrap. Hold Shift to grab this, Control L, link material. Grab this one, tab, hit A, scale this, make it big, and make it small. And the same thing here. Tab, grab this piece, P and then S to separate it. Grab the frame, tab, hit A, go to the UV, Smart, Unwrap. Grab this frame to link the material. Hold Shift to grab this one, Control L, link material. Grab the frame, tab again, and grab the UV here, hit S to scale it and make it small, and that's it. And all right, let's see what else we can do here. All right, after that, all what we need to do is just add the texture inside these frames, and that will be it. All right, I don't want this video to be long. I will end it here and see you in the next one. Hello again, and welcome back here. Let's focus on these frames. Let's start with this one. Tab, select this face, go to the UV, select the UV here, hit U 2 times, and now it's Unwrapped. Tab out, hit new to create a new material, and I will select this image and use it. Let's grab it and put it right here. Link the color to the base color like that, and now we can see something. Tab again, and we will find the image here. We grab these vertices, key to move them like that, and I guess we can grab these two vertices and then hit key and just align them with the frame like that. All right, perfect. And grab those here, hit G and move those up here, and these two vertices as well, G, and let's move them like that. And those, grab them and move them down. And now we got the first image done. Grab the second one, hold Shift to grab this, because I just want to copy the material from here to this one. Grab this, hold Shift to grab this, Control L, and choose link materials. Select this, tab, hit A, and here hit A as well, and hit U 2 times to unwrap it. And now it's unwrapped. Scale this down, and let's match it with this image right here. And you can, I guess, scale it a little bit to the X and to the Y, is to the Y. And I think that's it. All right, and for the small image, I will import a new image, select this frame, and hit new to create a new material. And from the reference images folder, grab this image right here. Let's open it so you can see it, this one here. And let's plug the color to the base like that, and now we can see something. Tab, hit A, and here as well, hit U 2 times to unwrap it. Scale this down, and let's align it with the reference image. I will use the vertices so I can get better alignment. Let's put this one here, this one maybe right here. Well, that's very cool. It's flipped as you can see, but we can fix that. Grab these vertices, go to the UV, mirror to the Y. And I guess we need to Move some vertices like this one, fix it, and this one as well. Everything else looks nice except for this one. We can move it a tiny bit. And yeah, and for the third one, I will create a new material for it. Tab, hit A, and hit U 2 times to unwrap it. And I will grab a new image, this one right here, plug it like that. And now let's grab these vertices and let's move them on the other side like that. And I guess that's it. Looks nice. All right, that's very cool. So now we finished with these frames. Maybe now we can start with the light, I guess, adding some material for them. All right, before we do that, I just want to understand what's going on here. So this piece, it's made of gold, this one and this one as well. I will grab them like that, hold shift to grab this material, Control L and link material. And this piece as well, hold shift to grab this, Control L and link materials. And for the wire, I guess we can create a new material for it. And let's make this dark like that. And if you care, you can add noise texture. Just search for noise texture, and you can hit Control Shift click just to see the result. If it doesn't apply perfectly, grab the noise node, hit Control T to add mapping and texture coordinate, and plug the object to the vector like that. And now we should see something different. The scale, because the scale is so small, I will increase this to maybe 200, I guess, or maybe we can go to, I don't know, 800 and make it small like that. And now we got something. Now I will add the bump node and plug the normal to the normal and plug the factor comes from the noise to the height. Control Shift click on the principled, and now we can see something. Now I will manipulate the distance 0.0001, I guess. Now we have a subtle effect. You can reduce the scale to maybe 500, I guess. It will work as well. All what we need to do here is just adding some height information. Maybe we can manipulate this even more for 200 maybe. All right, now this makes sense, I guess. And we can give this a name, for example, wire. Sorry. All right, so let's grab this, hold shift to grab this piece, Control L, link material, and there as well, Control L, link material. Grab this wire, Control L, link material, and the same thing for that one. And grab this, and let's try to grab them both. Hold shift to grab this, Control L, and then hit Alt and choose link material. And yeah, that's work. That's very cool. And what about this bulb here? Let's see what material we can give it. All right, let's maximize this, select this, go to the material section, and let's search for glass, enter, and let's choose all. All right, let's see which one of these materials could work here. If you want, I guess we can type white glass. Let's see what we have here. It's leather. We don't need leather. That's not going to work. I guess we can go here and search the glass. Just choose the glass and we can browse these materials, see which one will fit here. All right. All right, this one looks. No, I think it's not going to work. Let's try to find another one. But let's keep searching. Bulb emission light. I think this one will work. Just grab it and let's put it right here. Yep, looks nice, I guess. I will use this one. Alt Shift to grab those together. And this one, make it the active one. Control L, hold Alt, and choose link materials. All right. Very cool. All right, now let's go to these lights and let's see what material we can give them. Let's search for metal. And choose all. And let's try to find something dark. All right, this one it's not going to work. I just want to find something clean. All right. Maybe we can use this one and edit the color. Let's try to find something else. I think this material looks nice if we use it. It's cracked, I know that, but I think that will give this light a specific effect. Let's try it. Actually, I like it. It looks nice. So beautiful. We can manipulate the height information, I guess, and we can get something cool here. Just select it and go to the normal bump. Here we have displacement. I'm not going to use displacement. Just cut this connection like that. And in the normal map, the strength, let's type 0.5. Make it settle 0.4 maybe. And I guess we can make the scale bigger. Let's add a value node. Hit Shift A and go to the search and type value. Our value will give us the ability to control those together. Plug the value and the scale. And let's type, for example, 2 instead of 1. You can add 3. All right, now it's become repetitive, so I will stick with 2, I guess. Will be better. So now grab this, hold Shift to grab that one, hold Shift to grab this one and make it active, Control L, hold Alt and choose link material. All right. But for some reason the material is not applying here correctly. That's weird. But if you want to fix this, it's easy to fix. Just to grab these faces, or you can unwrap them like that, or you can use Smart UV projection. Smart UV projection, let's try it. Let's see what's going to happen. Choose unwrap. Right, tab out. Yeah, the result looks nice. We have a seam right here, but I think it's not going to be quite visible. We can accept this result. Tab, hit A, select them all. Smart UV, unwrap them. Tab out, and yeah, that's very cool. And for the wire, we can apply the same wire material that we create right here. Hold Shift to grab this one, Control L, link materials. And everything else Looks perfect, except for these caps. Grab them like that. And this one as well. Hold shift to grab this, Control L, and choose link materials. You can unwrap them, tab, hit A. All right, that's cool. All right, the result looks nice. I like it. And I guess I will end this video here and see you in the next one. Hello again and welcome back here. All right, let's continue adding the materials on objects, and let's start with screencast. Let's open it. All right, and maybe we can start with this light source. Let's bring the reference images first. All right, so the body of this cylinder, it should be black. I think we can create a new material for that. So let's start doing this. Select this cylinder and let's go to the material editor. And let's hit new to create a new material. Hit the home button so we can see it. Maybe we can put the image right here, or maybe we don't need it. I will take this out. All right, so the first thing that we can start with is changing the color to something dark like that. Maybe don't take it too much all the way down to the dark area. You can make it a little bit gray like this, and we have the roughness and we have the height information. I will add the noise texture just to add some height information, and I just want to see the noise first on the body. Hold Control Shift and left click just to see the result. And if you see any stretching happen to the texture, just grab the node and then hit Control T to add mapping and texture coordinate and plug object to the vector to solve that problem. And now I can scale this a little bit, just increase the number here, and that will be it. One more thing here I would like to do, maybe we can scale the texture a little bit by increasing the Z value like that. All right, and now we got this result, as you can see. The idea is I just want to have horizontal scratches or something like that. And if you want to get better results, you can reduce the number here. You can add 0.1 and then hit enter, and here as well 0.1. That will help to make the scratch to be longer a little bit, as you can see here. So I will use these as scratch here. So after doing that, you can add the bump node. So let's hit Shift A and let's search for bump. Hit enter and plug the normal to the normal here and plug the factor to the height. And then hit Control Shift, click on the principle just to see the result. And now we can see something here. All right. And then let's manipulate the distance here. Let's add 0.001, hit enter just to reduce the amount, and it's still strong. Let's add another 0 right here. All right, and now we got something cool, I guess. All right, maybe we can add 0.5. Cool. And I guess we can use this in the roughness as well. Let's see what that will give us. And if you like, you can use the curve RGB to manipulate that further. If you want this to be a little bit reflective, you can manipulate the curve here, and that will make it reflective or rough. If you want to make it rough, just push this up. All right, cool. I guess we can use the same material on this cup as well. Grab it, hold shift to grab the body, Control L and choose link material. And now we got the same result. After that, you can apply the same material on the holder. Grab it, hold shift to grab this, Control L, link materials. And for the wire, I guess we can take the same material we applied here and we call it wire. So let's go back here and let's select this, go to the material section and open this arrow and let's search for wire and then hit enter. All right, and now let's select these pieces, this one, hold shift to add this and this. Don't forget the holder, and then hold shift to grab this piece because it has the material, and then hit Control L and choose link material, but hold Alt and choose this option to apply the same material on all of these pieces. Grab this wire with this one, Alt shift to grab this, Control L and choose link material with Alt. Right, and for this piece you can add emission material. Just grab this and hit new and let's search for emission, hit enter, and now plug the emission to the surface and grab this, Control X to delete it. And now you can change this to something yellowish and increase the strength, for example 200 maybe. Let's start with this number. Grab this, hold shift to grab that one, hold shift to grab this with the material, hit Control L and choose link material with Alt. All right, that's very cool. All right, one more thing here I would like to do is I want to grab this empty and then hit shift key to open the select group and then choose children to select all of these pieces. Hold shift to grab the empty again, deselect the wall, and what I want to do is I want to copy this light and use it. I will go to the top and maybe we can go to the wireframe and then hit shift with D to take a copy, and let's put this copy right here above this table. All right, try to put it in the center like that, and then hit Alt with D to take a copy, one here, hit shift R to repeat that again. And now let's go to the perspective and let's see what we got. Awesome, very cool. All right, the lights are not in the center, but I think that's not a problem. If the lights is not in the center of this area of the ceiling, the most important thing to be in the center of the table. All right, let's go back to the material preview again. And let's see what else we can do. Maybe now we can start with the door. It's up to you to choose whatever color for this door. I'm not so quite sure which one now it's fit. Maybe you can make it white. I think adding white wood will be something cool in this area, I guess, since this area in front of the door white, I guess this door could be white as well, and that will be cool. If you want to give it the same material we applied on the wood, that will work as well. It's up to you, but let's start with the white wood material. So let's go to the material section and open this eye and let's search for white wood, see what we will get here. All right, this one looks nice. It's called white wood. I can use it maybe. Cool. We have a lot of cool materials here. This one as well looks so beautiful. Let's try to make a comparison. All right, I will stick with this one. I will grab it and apply it right here. And it's applied nicely, I guess. I'm not so quite sure of the texture. cool or not, maybe we can go to the material and maybe we can add a value here and plug the value here to the scale because I want to control the scale, and I will increase the number to 3 maybe. All right, it's a little bit pixelated as you can see. Maybe we can increase this to 5. Oh, that's weird. Actually, this material, I think it's not cool, so I will replace this with this one. Right, I think this material, the second one, is procedural. I'm not so quite sure. Yeah, it's procedural. I always uh I always avoiding using the procedural material because it will be a little bit heavy on the scene. Now when I orbit, I can feel the scene is a little bit heavy because all of these calculation. Maybe we can replace it with another material. Let's see how this will work. All right, this one is nice, but it's a little bit old. That's not going to work here. Maybe this one. All right, I think this one will be cool, but let's select this piece and let's see how can we control the scale. All right, the value is already here. Maybe we can increase this to 2 maybe. All right, that's very cool. This material looks awesome. I think we can stick with it. And now I will select this piece, hold shift, grab this, control L, and link materials. As you can see here, we have some stretching happening in this area. In this case, I can grab this piece of wood and go to the local mode. Maybe here we should do something. I will turn off the eye and I will tap to go to the edit mode. I just want to find out what's going on here. All right, you can use smart UV projection. I think this technique will give us something cool and fast results. So let's go to the UV and choose smart UV projection and then hit Arab, and don't change anything, just accept all the setting and tab out just to see the result. All right, if you got a result like this and if the texture a little bit big, you can fix it by manipulating the UV here. It's better than going to the value, because if you increase the value, the first object we gave it, the material will be, the scale there will be big. I mean, the texture will be so small. So manipulate the UV and change the scale using the UV is better. And it's very simple, just hit S and make it big as compared with the square of the image. And now I guess we got something close. You can excite and make a comparison here. I think we need to scale it a little bit more. I'm so quite sure, but let's do that. No, that's too much, actually. You can switch to the vertex mode so we can see something here. And now I can make a comparison and now I can see better, I guess. All right, this result is not bad. The scale looks so close, and yeah, I think I will accept that. And about the door, I will grab these pieces, hold shift to grab this, control L, and choose link material with alt. And all right, I will tap and grab this piece and go to the UV, smart UV project Arab. The scale looks nice. Maybe we can scale it a little bit. That will be it. Grab this with this, or this one alone. Tap, hit A, and choose Arab, smart UV projection, and Arab it. All right, I will scale this a tiny bit. You can grab those both just to see the scale. All right, for example, I can grab this edge and then hit Control L just to see this UV. All right, I think the scale is close. Yeah, it's close. Grab this piece, tab, hit A, and UV Smart UV Projection. All right, hit A, select the UV and scale it a little bit. And that will be it. That's cool. All right, and for the handle, I guess we can choose one of the materials that we can find here, like searching for metals. And let's keep browsing until we find something cool here. Or maybe this one, or maybe I don't know. Let's see which one. I want something dark, by the way. All right. Maybe this one. Let's see how this will be here when you apply it. That's weird. Right, I think that's not going to work. Maybe we can find something else. Something is smoother. Or maybe we can use this one. Yeah, I think this one will be cool. So grab this piece. Alt, you have to grab this and this one. Hit Control L and choose Link Materials. And yeah, that's very cool. If you want to make small change here, you can do that by going to the material editor, hit Home just to see the material itself. And for example, if you want to make it a little bit rougher, I guess that will be better. Just a tiny bit, and that's it. All right, and I think this node, you can choose any type of metal here, because as you can see here, I didn't notice that. If you want to choose gold, I guess you can just plug it in the color and you will get a gold. And that's very cool. It's cool material. Sorry. All right, looks nice. And now maybe we can focus on this light. Let's take a look and let's see what we got here. So I'm not so quite sure if the material that we just created could fit here, or maybe we should give it just a black material without any addition. So maybe we can apply the same material we applied there on this piece. All right, let's see the name. It's called Scratched Paint Metal. So now if we go back here and select this, go to this arrow and let's search for Scratched Paint Metal. All right, looks cool. All right, nice. And maybe we can apply it on the cylinder. Well, you have to grab this, Control L, and choose Link Material. All right, the material is not applied perfectly because of the UV. And you can use Smart UV Projection. But let's apply the gold material here. And I guess here as well. And wire right here. And maybe, let's see. Let's see if this linked to anyone. Yeah, it's linked here to the cylinder. Sorry. What's going on here? Yep. All right, so I will select this and tap hit A, select all of these faces, go to the UV Smart, hit Wrap, and now let's take a look. It looks nice. Looks cool. All right, after that, maybe we can focus on the ground a little bit and let's try to find a good material for the ground. I will delete the keyword and I will go to this icon just to search in the floor, I guess. And it's up to you if you want to add a wood here or porcelain or whatever material you like. This material looks nice, but maybe we can find something nicer. This one is a little bit dark. Let's try to find something else. This one is too reflective. Maybe this one. I will click and drag and put right here. Actually, the material looks so cool. Grab the ground and maybe we can rotate the direction in the X, I guess, or yeah, Z, 9 degree. I just want them to take that direction. Cool. And for the steps, maybe we can find something like white material could fit this scenario. Let's try to find something cool. All right, let's go back to this icon and let's try to search in the ceramic. All right, this one looks nice. I will grab it and use it here. Let's put it right here. All right, the result looks nice, but I think we can use some bevel. So grab this piece and let's go to the modifier and let's add bevel and then generate. And I'm not so quite sure if the scale is okay. Apply the scale first. Okay, that's cool. And let's change the amount to 1 centimeter. Just bevel it a little bit and increase the number here. Right click, shade smooth. And let's open the shading and let's active harden normal just to get better shading. All right, and now the steps are smooth and nice. You can increase this to 4 maybe to get even better result. And maybe we can apply the same material here. All right. By the way, I think we can use the wood material there as well. I'm not so quite sure, but let's give this a try. Grab this, hold here to grab the wood, Control L and choose link materials. And then it's not applying perfectly because of the UV. So tab, hit A, select all the faces, Smart UV project, and hit Wrap. All right, again, go back to the UV editor, select all these faces and scale this. Make it big as compared with the texture. And now you can rotate that 9 degree, hold control. That's very cool. And if you don't like the scenario of these pieces of wood to be bent like this, you can grab this face and duplicate it. Just grab it, hit Shift D to take a copy like that, and then hit PS to separate it. And grab this small piece, tab again, hit A and hit E to extrude it just a little bit like that. All right. And now I will give it the same material I applied here. Hold Shift to grab this, Control L and choose link materials. And not just that, I will give it a bevel. Grab it, hold Shift to grab this. And you can go to the modifier and choose copy to select it. And now it's applied right here. This one as well, maybe we can give it the same modifier. Cool. You can manipulate the amount of bevel here, for example, 0.5 centimeter, in case you want it to be sharper. That will work as well. And if you like this scenario, you can keep it, or you can add the same white material for that area. That will work as well. All right, I think this empty is too big. I will make it smaller, like that. It's not quite important. All right, I think now we can end this video, and I will see you in the next one.